In the last video, we were looking at trends and technologies, and I showed you their job contract, which stated that if you quit, you have to pay a year's salary, and if you get fired, you have to pay a year's salary. I came over to their LinkedIn page after I posted the video, and I saw a bunch of comments from you guys. Then I refreshed the page, and they were magically gone. So I think trends and technologies here is in damage control mode. Instead of addressing the issue, they choose to try and silence the people that bring the issues to light. So that's why we're here with a part 2. I did go to their Facebook page, and on Facebook, they started doing the same. Their page actually got deleted. And I figured this might happen, so yesterday, before I recorded this video, I got a little clip of me scrolling through, looking at all the comments that you guys posted, and then I refreshed the page, and they're gone. Pretty clear they are deleting comments. See here, there are 4 comments. You can see all 4 of them, but on this one, there are 7. Oh, of course that one got deleted. So if I refresh this, chances are it's going to be gone. Let's see. Yeah, and just like that. Okay, well, part 2. So because they're in panic mode and refuse to address the problem, I've gone ahead and pulled up their solutions portfolio. Now, these are all their customers that they've worked with. These are all the other companies. Do you think these companies know that they're working with a company who employs people who essentially can't quit without having to pay? Because of that video, I received a few more emails of contracts from people who worked at Trends and Technologies, and they were saying the exact same thing. They sent me identical contracts with different salary numbers. And as I was reading the comments of YouTube, there were a lot of people chiming in from the Philippines, and they were saying just because it's in the contract doesn't mean it's legal, which I agree, but that doesn't stop them from trying to scare you into paying money. So what I went ahead and did was I pulled up the page for the Department of Labor and Employment for the Philippines, and all of you other people who are sending me your contracts, please keep doing that. But also, if you think it's ridiculous and you're scared of your company, hey, just go ahead and post it here. All of you people who work in the Philippines, go ahead and send your queries here. I'm sure if we can get enough for the same company, they'll look into it. Trends and Technologies, I'm looking at you. It looks like you have a lot of employees. I wonder what would happen if even 100 of these employees came to this page and posted, hey, we can't quit without having to pay. Is this legal? What would happen, Trends? I don't know, but I'll link this in the comments for everyone else. So now I have another contract from the Philippines that I want to show you. It's from a company called 77. But before I show you the details of the contract, I need to show you the company itself and what they stand for. They have this little thing here that says, our world-class, proficient, and talented workforce, high labor productivity, and westernized culture are among the most compelling advantages the Philippines has over any other country in the world. So this is why you should use their company and their employees and their services, because we have great people, a westernized culture. It's what Western companies would want. Okay, so emphasis on that there. So now let's jump back over to the contract and take a look at just how Western it really is. Fun fact, this contract actually says the words loyalty and disloyalty more than a boomer CEO screaming at his workforce. Okay, so the first one here, trainee shall commit him or herself to perform the jobs, functions, and services enumerated in this contract exclusively for this company for the term of 4 years. A 4-year contract? What are you, joining the military here? It's just an IT company. When I go to their careers page, this is what it says. It's specifically for fresh graduates. And now you start to think, why wouldn't they go for fresh graduates? People fresh out of college, they just want a job. They're hungry for that first salary. They're making some money now, but you got to sign on for 4 years. Now you're just out of college and you're broke. What are you going to do? You're probably going to sign that contract because you want a job. So let's look at the rest of the contract and see what you have signed up for. So not only is there a 4-year contract, but you have to give a resignation notice of 70 days, which is really one-sided because it says you have to give a 70 days written notice. However, the employer reserves the right to shorten the said notice period. Great, great. Double standards of corporate, once again. Here's the part of the contract where they start talking about loyalty. Yeah, like it's 1955 or something. Acts of disloyalty shall include, but aren't limited to, an intentional or premeditated failure of the trainee to complete the minimum term of 4 years. That's disloyalty, if you don't work there for 4 years. Also, in any instance where the trainee commits an act of disloyalty to the employer, then they have to pay the company $10,000. This is 500,000 Filipino pesos. So once again, I'll come back over here to 77, the website, and you can see this is actually their office space. It's one of these at least. And then they have a place over here in the United States, and it looks like they work out of a house, like one of those insurance buildings where homie just working out of his house, but he got a separate room for business. That's what this looks like. A little bigger. They have a separate parking lot, but interesting. I wonder if the people that work in this building have the same contracts as the people that work over in the Philippines. I wonder if there's any mentioning of disloyalty. Mac and Dell are behind-the-scenes career matchmakers, the back-end job creators, the silent nation builders. People in the Philippines, what do you think about these people? Have you ever heard of these people, Mac and Dell? Because they're calling themselves the Filipino nation's unsung heroes. How do you guys feel about that, audience, viewers from the Philippines? Do you guys know who these people are? The westernized culture. Contract definitely doesn't seem very westernized. I bet you these people that work in this building are free to leave whenever they want, and there's nothing they can do about it. But those people over in the Philippines, no. You're disloyal dogs. Pay us 10 grand if you don't like working here. 4 years is a long time. If you're out there working at a company that is holding job training over you like a carrot on a stick, just go somewhere else. Companies like to think that because we trained you, you now owe us your life and the world and your soul and everything else. But that's not the case. Good companies out there, they will pay you to train, and then they will pay you after you're done training to do your regular job. Those are good companies. I'm not all about these companies that are like, we trained you, so now basically we own you for the next 4 years. I thought this part was particularly hilarious. The employer shall provide all facilities, current and updated technical materials to be able to do the job. And then they say, well, the trainee recognizes this as an explicit benefit working with the employer and shall observe loyalty and fidelity because of that. So because the company has given you a laptop and I guess an office to work at, you now shall observe loyalty and fidelity. Like, if a company is not giving you a laptop to be able to do your job or the tools necessary to be able to do your job, leave. If a company ever says, yeah, you got to bring your own stuff to come work for me, no. Unless you're like a contractor or freelancer or something like that, no. Companies should provide all the tools and training necessary for you to be able to do the job. It is what it is. Now, before people get too upset, again, I can understand companies recouping some of their training fees. Like if you're about to dump $4 million into training and education for an employee and that person just quits, yeah, that's a huge pain for everyone involved. And that's a lot of money. So like you probably want to have some stipulations in the contract so that sort of thing doesn't happen. But when you have just a regular old IT company and someone wants to quit to move to another IT company, not only can they not do that because of your ridiculously vague non-compete clause, they have to give you 70 days notice. And if they've been there for less than 4 years, they're now disloyal to you and owe you $10,000 or 500,000 Filipino pesos. This isn't the military. This isn't world class. This isn't Google. This isn't any of the FANG companies. So once again, I'd like to invite you people over here to the Department of Labor and Employment page. If you have any questions about your contract, if you're being scared into paying money that you don't think you should have to pay, maybe go put it over here or send it to me. I'm happy to put it on blast too. And then I'll also include this page. So, what else is, oh yeah, so here, this is a little pop-up that comes up. I refer a friend and earn as much as $77K. That's not even enough to pay off the amount of money you would owe if you quit. Homies trapping other homies here for 4 years. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you're feeling loyal, maybe hit that like button. If you're feeling disloyal, maybe double smash the thumbs down button to let me know how disloyal you really are. Subscribe if you'd like to see me call out the corporate world some more. And if you have any ridiculous contracts like this, you can go ahead and send it to me, since I know you can't speak out or you'll get blacklisted and not rehired. And I'm already at that stage, so go ahead and send it to me. I'll roast corporate. Happy to do so. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm off to go get a haircut, and I'll see you in the next one.